So, I was thinking about doing a video because, I really haven't done one in a while. And I was thinking, I have so many things that I write down that I could talk about because I've discussed them with myself. And I'm like, there's no TV on, there is just quiet. And I hear the wind outside. And today, Thursday, the day that I'm recording this, I don't know when I'll get it posted. It's cold, it's windy outside, and it made me think of the Three Little Pigs. Yeah, that wind was just blowing. But a lot of times, there's a lot of children's stories that some of us go back to because they're full of so many keys and gems. There's levels to it, and I respect the fact that we are individual beings simultaneously experiencing various levels of consciousness, and that goes with children, with adults and children too, because some of these kids will put you up on some game and teach you things in the most simplified way, sometimes in the most complex ways. So I'm like, I learn from, there's no age limit on my teachers. Let's put it that way. But like some of these stories from childhood, and then when you really look at it, you'll see the same stories are told over and over again, even in our grown folks movies and TV shows. But yeah, the wind had me thinking about the Three Little Pigs, and you know how the story goes. Now, first and foremost, let me say, well, that's not first because I've already said a lot or a little bit, but I'm sure there have been people, teachers, philosophers, high people on the couch just talking, maybe in schools or something. I don't know. I'm sure the Three Little Pigs have been broken down on a spiritual level, on a psychological level, on all kinds of levels. This is just some common sense stuff, okay? I just want to clear that up, get that out the way. Like the beginning of the story, it talks about the mom who had three little pigs, and she couldn't afford to have these pigs no more. So she sent them out into the world and was just hoping they had what it takes to make it. And right off the bat, the story kind of, you can assume that all of the pigs had an equal ground, an equal starting point. But they may not have. It does say it came from one mother, but is it one mother, one womb? Or is it Mother Earth? The cosmic mother? We're all one. But okay, she had the three pigs and told them it's time for them to go. They got to make it on their own. So the first pig was lazy, just lazy. Didn't really want to do much of nothing. And so he went out and he built his house. And he built his house out of straw. The second pig was a little bit lazy too. He worked a little bit, but he was lazy. He really didn't want to do too much work. Now, let's say the first pig you could say is like the bum, the couch surfer type of friend. Then you have the second pig who sell a little nickel bag, dime bag here and there. Ain't trying to go to work, ain't trying to hold no job. Just do a little what this pig needs to do to get by. Then the third pig was a hard worker. And okay, the second pig built his house out of sticks. The third pig was the hard-working pig, put in that work, built his house out of bricks. So now, all the pigs got their little cribs set up, right? Okay, so you got these three pigs, and they got their cribs set up. One day, this wolf comes pimping down the street, and he comes into the pig's hood, and he's like, oh, smell something tasty. So he goes up to the first pig's house that is built out of straw. And you know how the story goes. He knocks on the door, let me in, little pig. Pig's like, no. He said, I'm a huff and puff and blow your house down. And he blew the house down. So the pig took off to the second pig's house. Now you got two pigs in a straw crib, and they are scared because this wolf is on the hunt. Wolf come knocking on that door, and they're like, no, they ain't gonna we ain't letting you in. He said, all right, I'm huffing, I'm a puffing, I'm gonna blow your house down. So they took off to the third pig's house and slammed that door and locked it behind them. They was in there shook, they was shooketh. And the wolf come knocking on the door, and they was like, nope, we ain't letting you in. And he said, okay, I'm a huffing, I'm a puffing, I'm gonna blow your house down. And he huffed and he puffed, and he could not blow the house down because it was built with a strong foundation off of strong materials. Well, it has a chimney because the third pig, he put he decked his house out. He put a chimney up there. So he was like, I'm going to just go in through the chimney. So the pigs started a fire, and they put a pot of water on the fire, and it was boiling, and the wolf got up on the roof to go into the chimney. And just as he was about to come down, he fell into the pot of water, boiling water. And the pigs put that lid on the pot, and they was like, yep, we got us a wolf. And they cooked that wolf, and they ate the wolf for dinner, and it was so tasty. I think it's pretty simple, the fundamentals of the story, on a very elementary level. So, on another aspect of it, it's when you divide these pigs up into separate mothers, let's say, or even different capacities to learn, because everybody's different. We all have our own individual capacity to retain information and translate it and communicate it and apply it in our lives. Everybody has their own level of their ability to do that, and that is okay. Like, some babies are born into straw. Some babies are born into sticks. Some babies are born into bricks, and right out of the womb. Matter of fact, let me rephrase that. They are conceived. Some are conceived in straw. Some are conceived in sticks. Some are conceived with that brick backing. They come out into the world. And then, some work their individual ways up. But I stopped and I thought, like, what level was I born into? I would say that I was born into sticks. And I had to grow up and gather my bricks to build my solid foundations. Hearing the wind outside, I thought about that. And I was thinking, well, okay, according to the story, how the narrative of that story is, the one with the bricks was the smart one, the wise one, you can say. But what if the one who built his house out of straw didn't live in a hood with wolves, and he could live in his straw house and live a decent life, a decent, lazy, straw beach bum type of a life? And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what makes them happy, there's nothing wrong with that. And then the sticks, the same going for the sticks, We come into this world, regardless of whether we're born into brick, straw, or sticks. And it is up to us to build our way up into bricks. And if we have bricks, Do we even know what to do with these bricks? And then, like that big bad wolf. To me, when I think about the big bad wolf, it's me. It's, some could say it's life. Some could say it's the world. Um, certain groups of people could say it's another set group of people. That would be the wolf. But when I internalized the story and applied it to myself, my big bad wolf was an aspect of my shadow. And it wasn't my shadow necessarily, an unconscious part of me that got a hold of my shadow and would blow my houses down. And yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so when I apply this story to myself and I look at how have I built myself up, what tools did I use, and did I use them properly? My bricks are my heart and my mind, my mental capacity, my ability to process information. Those are my bricks. And some of my straw is actually executing it, like I could put it together, but then what am I doing with it? What am I doing with my bricks? I've been using my bricks to build them up, sit there and look pretty for me to look at, basically. Really not even to, I don't want to say I don't, but I haven't used my bricks to be of service to people. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I've just been stacking my bricks, stacking them. Then I'll put them together, build my little house. Then I just sit back and look at it and admire it. Then I went into my house. And I went into my house and I saw it's a strong, solid, sturdy house, but it's empty. There's nothing. There's no function to my house. But the houses that I built with straw and the house that I built with sticks, I was using the hell out of those. Yeah, they party all day up in the straw house. Yeah, my big bad wolf. The big bad wolf within. So, what is your big bad wolf? You go look over the various stages of your life and assess your childhood. Was it straw? Was it sticks? Was it bricks? Your adolescent years, your young, it depending on how old you are too. I'm going pay based off of my beautiful 45 years of life. You could go into your mid-20s. Go every decade of your life at whatever age that you are and assess whether the dominant source that you built with were straw, sticks, or bricks.